Okay, today we're going to be talking about what our self-care routine is right at this very moment, with me being almost ready to pop, being pregnant, and you having a 9 month old. So, is he 9 months now?
So
10
he'll
months?
be 10 months on the 6th.
So, what is your self-care routine? Like, let's just start with like beauty and grooming. Like, what does that look like? What's a priority? Whatever is important to you right
All
now.
right. So I'd say right now at nighttime, I'm lucky if I get like a 4-minute shower. So I'm going to count that as part of my self care right now because I know a lot of people that have babies don't get to shower every day,
Yeah.
whether they're doing it by themselves or maybe like their partner works long hours or whatever the case may be. You just might not have enough time to shower. So I'm definitely going to count washing my hair and my lady bits as part of my self care routine.
Yeah.
Um, that is a big one. And then I guess beauty would be, uh, I spend a lot of time, so I have to make sure that I'm on top of a skincare regimen. So I wash my face with a coconut oil and olive oil based cleansing oil from Coco Kind. It's really awesome. It's super affordable. It's like drugstore prices, but really good quality. And then I tone with their rosewater toner. And then I put on the watermelon hemp oil from the same brand. Sounds like a lot actually. And then I moisturize with kind of like a heavy whipped moisturizer. So I switch up the oils and moisturizer type things. And then I've recently started putting on makeup again now that we're working, but I would just spend the entire day without putting anything additional on my face. Um, yeah, I guess I have a very simple product routine. What is yours looking like right now?
Since I've been pregnant, I literally have like all my skincare routine has gone out the door. I'm just so tired and I'm so forgetful that I really don't have like a skincare routine. But I would say like my beauty priorities at this point have been like to make sure I at least wash my face in the morning and at night, and I put on an argan oil. Other than that, I would say beauty, the things I've been focusing on right now because we're going to go into labor soon is um, I went and got a pedicure. I finally like left the house and actually went to an establishment since March. It's like the first time I've done something. And I went and got a pedicure. I would say I need to color my eyebrows today. They're shaded in, but eyebrows I know is important to you too. Like it really just frames your face. So
Yeah.
I need to color my eyebrows. I feel like that's always a priority of mine because my natural hair color is super dark, but my eyebrows grow in blonde and I switched both. It's weird. Um, I would say something that's been like regular though is self care that's been number one for me to try to implement and keep up with is shaving. And I feel like it should be so easy, but it's so hard when you're pregnant shaving. So,
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I'm going to get Isaac to do my roots probably this weekend since I taught him how to do that. But I would say, like, basic beauty routine right now, just prioritizing like coloring my brows, getting my roots done before the baby comes, and I got my pedicure, and then honestly, just keeping up with my shaving. I feel like that has been my only regular self care routine.
I have two comments on what you just said. One, I appreciate the fact that you can color your eyebrows because mine have been non-existent since COVID and I miss eyebrows. Like that was the first thing I was like, okay, I know exactly what the first thing I'm going to do is whenever salons open back up, which they're still not open to, well, the one that I go to is not open still. And I know you've dyed mine before, but we're far away now. So,
So close.
anyways, but I miss eyebrows and shaving. I'm still really bad at it. It's like once every 2 weeks. I have the hairiest legs I've ever seen. But when I was pregnant, our shower in our rent house was like, no joke, like that big. And my stomach was so big that when I had to shave my legs outside of the shower because I couldn't. you got to like bend around your belly and it's crazy.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I feel you. I
Yeah,
know the pain.
and then you have to like roll out of the tub, and then my stomach is so hard, which I thought everyone got a hard stomach, but some people that I've been talking to, including like my mom and my sister and other people, are like, no, not everyone's stomach is that hard when they're pregnant. It's like you have no room in there. So it's like I can't maneuver around like a bowling ball or like, it's just it's challenging. But okay, what are some of your other like things that are of a priority that are self-care, such as like something that you do daily to like maintain your headspace or your body or whatever it is?
Um, hmm. I think that obviously we've been talking about this before this talk, but self care looks so different now. I feel like my self care routine used to be I had like 4 hours a day where I had to be at work and the rest of the time like was to myself. And now that's not the case. So before where I got to go outside and read a book and count that as self care, that doesn't happen these days. Um, so now I think I have a lot more of a simple kind of routine. I wake up every morning. The first thing that I do is open the blinds on the windows because I love natural light and because it makes me want to actually get up. Some people take a morning shower. I like natural light. I'm like a plant. And I make my bed because I feel worthless if I don't have a made bed. So those are two things that I do religiously every morning. And then I take Levi and I put him in baby prison, which is not as awful as it sounds, but it's his little playpen. And I put him down in there. There's like 20,000 different toys in there, books, whatever he wants to chew on in the morning. And I drink 2 cups of coffee and I make it last until he starts crying. During which time I kind of just sort my thoughts from the day before and for what's happening in the future. And then I go on at least one hike a day, which is also kind of like my exercise, I guess, because I used to do yoga almost like a religion, but I haven't been able to pick that back up since pregnancy. And we'll talk about that one another day. But so hiking with Levi on my back is like mentally healthy for me. And it's also a really nice workout. And then just like spending time outside. I love being outdoors. I love fresh air. I love sun. So those are my really simple self-care practices right now. What are yours looking like?
Yeah, so I'm exactly the same with the way that my morning starts. The very first thing I do is I get up, I open my blinds, and then I make my bed before I leave my room because I feel like it just sets the precedent for the whole day. And I, same way with natural light, and our house is kind of dark. Um, and so I go through the whole house and I open all the blinds because Isaac keeps it kind of dark. I don't know why that is. Um, but I go through and I open all the blinds, and then, I mean, really, I would say like my other things throughout the day that are kind of like a must for me is I try to take an Epsom salt bath at the end of my day. And I've done this for years, but really now it's like total priority. Um, so I try to take an Epsom salt bath, at the end of the day, almost every day. And I sit in there and I either read a book or I just light a white candle or whatever it is. Other than that, definitely natural sunlight. So I'll either go sit in the hammock for, 30 minutes a day or go sit outside in the sun in our backyard. We have a really big backyard. I haven't been doing a lot of the things that I would normally do, which is like going and hiking or going and working out or my normal self care stuff. So just like being outside is important for me to like revive. Um, and really trying to remember that relaxing is an important part of my self care because I am kind of a go, go, go person and always have been. So I have to really, really be conscious of that every single day. Like, okay, I need to set aside time, little bits of time here to like sit down, relax, put my feet up, whether that be outside or in the nursery in the new recliner Isaac got me or whatever that is. And sometimes I'll listen to a podcast or read a book. But yeah, I would say natural sunlight for sure. I would say the Epsom salt baths are key for me. And then just relaxing, making sure I get my feet up. That's kind of my self care right now.
Do you also feel like your self-care routine has changed a lot since becoming pregnant?
Drastically.
What's something that you miss most about your pre-pregnancy taking care of yourself?
Working out for sure, and yoga, and I just feel like I don't have the energy to do it. I know a lot of people work out throughout their pregnancy. I haven't had the energy. And so I think I miss those two things. And then one major thing is something I used to do every day. I used to go to Zilker Park or Barton Springs, or the Greenbelt was like my place. Like I would go to the Greenbelt, I'd listen to like an hour and a half of like a book on audio, and I like an educational book, and I would just go until I was too tired, and I'd be like, oh, where am I? And I'd let me turn around and go back. So yeah, I miss that. Is there anything that you didn't do during your pregnancy or that you can't do now that you wished you could have done?
Yeah, so this is something that I did in Bali. I had never done it before. I'm an extremely talkative person. So I didn't actually know that I would enjoy this, but during teacher training in Bali, we woke up at like 5 o'clock every morning and we had 5 hours of silence. So no like writing, no reading, no looking at the internet. You could sit there, you could drink your coffee, drink your tea, do your yoga practice and not say anything. Like even hand gestures were off limits. So I think during that time, I just realized how important it is to have some silence because you really can, like, you appreciate a lot. Like, it's really nice to wake up and watch the sun come up and, like, just hear what's outside. And maybe that's nothing. Maybe it's not the sound of your phone buzzing. I kind of just miss silence. So, obviously, maybe one day that will come back into play, but right now it's a little off limits. So,
Yeah, I'm sure you don't get a lot of that now. Well, you want to sign us out?
yeah. All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to like, subscribe, send it to some of your friends. Let us know what you think in the comments. And thanks again for watching.
Thanks.